Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone tuning in. I'll tweet out the link. Share the link of the live stream to everyone you know, guys. Let's get people on here. Welcome, Max. Welcome, Ahmed. I'm in a long right now. I'm risking the profits on the account. We're up $70 so far. I'm risking the profits. I'm also in a long on my main account. But if we get to like 26,900, I might cut. So I'm watching that. Ranveer, much love from India. Welcome, man. Glad to have you. Much love from Egypt. Welcome, welcome. Glad you guys are tuning in. Should be better now, Max. I'm from the US, Sebastian. I'll lower the music. Should be better now. RCL, welcome. Glad to have you. I use the 1 hour on XO and the 4 hour. Mainly the 1 hour. I just found the 1 hour to work the best for me. But I don't really go too deep into XO. I just use it mainly as a confluence and nothing more. Shorted IDO just for stop loss. I'm currently a long Bitcoin And I posted the setup on Twitter earlier, yesterday. It's the same setup right now. Looking at something like this here. Just like that. Yeah, if we drop to 26,700 urban, I'm gonna be stopped out. So I will probably be flat if that happens. I just entered this position right when I got on live stream, but I am positioned on my main account as well. I was positioned on my main account since yesterday. Watch out for the glasses. I will. On my other chart on my laptop, we're on a support level. There's an obvious trend line here. Somewhere here, like that. I don't really use trend lines, but that's obvious. I considered closing this morning, just cut, break even, but this candlestick consolidation here is pretty bullish. There's also a bullish divergence. Even though it's slight, it's there. There's a couple of reasons to be long right now. Head and shoulders? No. This? I wouldn't really say that's a head and shoulders. I mean, slightly. I'm not a fan of it. Could work. I'm not a fan of it though. The trendline boys are betting. I bet they are. Yeah, this is just a simple setup. I'm bullish because of the divergence. We hit a support level yesterday. We held. The daily looks really bullish. Yes, Bruce. I post every trade I take. So Ahmed, leverage. Delete that word from your brain. What matters is your account balance. Like, I have $2,070 on my account balance, and I'm risking $70. What is that, like 1%? No, 2%. I'm just risking the profits. I'm going a little bit bigger size today. I'm risking about 3% of my account. So, what matters is your position size and your account balance. And then you use that to calculate. You use your account balance and what your preferred risk management is to calculate your position size. Like, you can be on 10x leverage or 100x leverage or 1000x leverage and have $100 in your account, or 500, 2000. It doesn't matter. You need to take your account balance, whatever you're comfortable risking per trade, to get your position size. The actual multiplier on leverage is a useless variable. I can be on 10x or 100x and still have the same position size, and that doesn't change any information that comes to you. Now, if I tell you I'm 100x, you're going to be like, oh my god, I'm all in, but I'm not. But if I tell you I'm 10x, you're going to think I'm managing risk. It doesn't work that way, you know? Like, I can risk this whole account with a stop loss that's $20 wide, and then that only risks like $100 or like 10 or like 200. But like, to you, you're gonna see, oh, I'm 100x, so I'm risking everything. That's not how it works. You need to understand that you have to take your account balance and what you're comfortable risking per trade to get your position size. That's what matters. And yes, Bruce, I do post all the trades I take. Head and shoulders on the 15. Yeah, Seems like you guys are really liking this one. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it could work. Retail indicators? What's the retail indicator? The head and shoulders? How name this add-on at price action? I'm sorry, I don't understand your question, Sebastian. My apologies. My weekend was chill. Just hung out with a few friends. Nothing special. This is my full time, yes. Why you long here in this type of weakness without volume? I don't use volume as an indicator. So I hope that answers that. But yeah, I mean, this current hourly does look weak. I'm only risking profits on the account, so we'll watch the price action develop for the next 30-40 minutes, and we'll make a new decision if need be. I started trading almost 6 years ago, 5.5 years ago, basically, to be exact. Sometimes I don't update on Twitter for days. I mean, I only post trades. Sometimes I don't take trades for days. I'm not the biggest fan of posting analysis charts that have no help, basically. I like to just post my trades. So if I don't have any trades, I don't post. No, I'm not a millionaire. The first 2 years or 3 years of my trading was me learning everything. So I would say hopefully in the next few years is where I can reach that goal, crypto slab. I'll look at Matic. Oops. Matic has a bullish divergence on the daily chart. Or it's not confirmed yet, but it's in progress. No comment on the weekly. No comment on the monthly either. I'm not getting a read on that. There's a swing failure here on the 4 hour. This could bounce. It doesn't look that bad. I can do this easily. I don't think it looks that bad. Yeah, I'll check LDO. This looks bullish. Might be a trendline resistance. No, it's breaking out. If the daily closes like this, that would be really good. Depends how you draw the trend line. I think this might be the best way right here. If the daily closes like this, I would say LDO is really good for swing long, especially if Bitcoin looks good. When I chart alts, it's really important to know that is everybody having problems seeing the live stream, or is the quality fine for you guys? I'm gonna wait until someone says something. It's fine. Stream looks fine on man. Okay. Looks good? Okay. So, yeah. Again, if you're trading alts, I think it's really important to know that if you're bullish on this alt, you should also make sure Bitcoin also looks bullish, because if Bitcoin looks bearish and this alt, for example, closes above this trend line and Bitcoin tanks, like this is going to tank too. Most of the time, I would say 90% of cases. So it's really risky to bet that, oh, this is the one time the alt is going to move against Bitcoin. It's kind of risky to play that way, and I'm not typically into doing that. For LDO, I would just wait for the daily close and look at that trend line. It's a really important trend line. So I'm not going to chart the lower time frame for it because there's a clear indication pending on the daily chart. There's no reason to look at any other time frame except that daily chart. Yeah, if you're short LDO and the daily closes above that trend line, I would be cautious. I mean, if you're looking to long Altcoin now after it already bounced all this much, then you would probably be making a mistake. If you're trading spot, that's different, but it's already up like 20% from the low. Is Bitcoin gonna pump today, or are we just gonna play games? Aditya, doing well. How are you? You're in the long I posted. Nice. Let the beard grow. I just got a haircut like yesterday, or not. Sorry, not yesterday. Like on Saturday. So it grows. Look at the last stream if you want to see it. Mainly, yeah, game. I would say 90% of the trades are going to be Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't have any other job, Crypto Slab. This is my full-time career. Yes, I'm long because of there's a bullish divergence here. The candlestick, well, originally I longed when we were here, when this candle dropped, and then we tested an important support, and we've just been consolidating over that level all morning. I entered that long yesterday, so we've just been going sideways since then for about 15 hours. A lot of sells coming in, but I'm gonna keep holding the position for now. If we get to like 26,900, I might cut and just cut my losses. What did I learn in my first 2 years? I learned that you have to follow important risk management. I learned that you have to be patient. I learned that you shouldn't be following advice from other people. Funny because you guys are here to learn it from me, but I would say learning is a little bit different than following direct trading advice. So for example, if you're in a long, if I'm long right now, like with this position, and you want to be short, you shouldn't not take that short setup because I'm long. And this is an issue that I think a lot of new traders experience. When they start off, they see other people that seem more experienced, that might know more than them, enter a position that's the opposite of what they think, of what you think, and that's a problem, because if you just follow other people's advice, you're never going to learn on your own, and you're never going to learn what is right for you. Yeah, smash that like button, guys. Let's get more likes on this video. So, yeah, don't let crypto Twitter distract you from what you're learning and what you know. Because at the end of the day, you're only punishing yourself for not listening to yourself. Would I consider relonging if I'm stopped out? No, I would not. Not in this case. 70 viewers, that's nice. Let's get a bit more. It would be cool if you guys can retweet the live stream link. Let me see. I don't know why my tweets get low engagement when I tweet the live stream. Does nobody want to join, or I don't know what it is. But then my trades get a lot of likes. DXY mooning, I don't look at the dollar at all. No, it's fine, Juan. I'm happy to answer all questions. Kevin, what I think is that if we break under 26,800, that you're going to be in a really good position. And if that happens, I would probably move your stop to break even if you haven't already. No, I do not use the SPX and DXY in my Bitcoin analysis. I think that trading just the Bitcoin chart is what's important. Any advice for students who want to enter in the crypto market? Depends how old you are and what you already know, and what you're what your goal is. Are you trying to trade? Are you trying to invest? Are you trying to do short term? Are you trying to do long term? So that's really important. Yo, Gary, how are you? So I didn't learn from crypto Twitter. I learned from a couple people, but there's a difference from what I said. Learning from someone and copying someone is different, or using someone as a heavy influence. As in, again, if I'm in this current long position and you disagree, but since you think I'm better than you, you end up ditching your idea completely for my idea, that's a problem. And that's a problem I experienced for a whole year, for my first year trading. Like, not for every trade, but it would happen. It would get into my head where like traders like Salsa Tequila, Don All, Red XBT, like just traders I followed in my early days that that I looked up to. I would see their trades and I would be in a position, and sometimes I would get shaken out of my own position by seeing that someone that is more experienced is not on the same side as me. I think that a lot of people have that problem early on, so that is a big advice. So I did learn from crypto Twitter a little bit, but I would say most of my learnings came from literally just charting every day, looking at the chart every day, learning lessons over and over again. Just never like taking like just figuring it out. Honestly, I feel like I figured out most of it on my own. I would say the biggest people I learned from was Red XBT and Don Alt. That's about it. Maybe Mind Trader. Lakers or Nuggets. I'm so bad at sports betting. Probably Nuggets are gonna take it tonight. But since I think that, then we'll put Lakers. Well, my stop is lower than that in case of like a rapid wick that goes like that or something. Like that happens like really fast, which is a possibility always. I do not follow ICT. Yeah, but that doesn't answer my question, Chakravarti. If you've never traded before and you're already joining the industry thinking that you're going to make money to cover your monthly expenses without any prior experience, you are dooming yourself for failure. Completely. Like, trading is not something that you can just wake up and start doing. Even after 5 years, I still make mistakes or stupid mistakes or this and that. You know, like, it's very difficult to master this. You can't just wake up one morning and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a trader." Like, you're gonna lose all your money if you do that. So, I know that obviously the intention is to make money and be profitable and Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, I know the intention is to obviously make money, but that's a long-term intention. If you're coming into this with the intention of making money right away and being consistently profitable, you're dooming yourself for failure. Yes, Adita, I do use supply and demand for entry. Not, I have a level right here. I have more levels on my laptop right now, which is a support level. We have a support level like right here that we touched yesterday. I'm not gonna add it to the chart for now. I'm just gonna leave the R&R tool. We have a lot of reasons to be long here anyways. Yeah, you had the exact same problem about using other people as an influence. It's definitely a big problem, man. A lot of people don't realize how bad it gets until they actually start missing so many trades. Yes, that's correct. Most of the stuff I learned was just through my own experience trading. I didn't read books. I didn't watch YouTube videos. I didn't watch live streams. I literally traded every single day and figured it out. I would say I figured out over 80% of it on my own. Yeah, man, Donald is great. I do recommend people to check him out. He's very great at the high time frame charts. 7 losses in a row, but you manage your risk. So trading, I think I've noticed over the years that trading is a streaks game. Occasionally I'll have win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. But I noticed that I've had stronger stretches where I win, 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 or I lose, 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 lose. So a lot of losses in a row or a lot of wins in a row is usually how it goes. So when you start to notice that you're losing, you should implement some sort of rule that stops you from continuing and taking a step back. Maybe my system is not working in this range. Maybe I'm trading wrong or being overly emotional with the chart or with whatever's going on in the market that is throwing you off your game. Maybe yeah, there could be a lot of reasons for it. So if you're losing a bunch of trades in a row, I would say first of all, props to you for managing your risk. That's a really great step. But to cope in those situations, you should set some rules like, okay, if I lose 2 trades in 24 hours, I take a 24-hour break. And as hard as that might seem, or as punishing it might seem, because you do want to continue to trade, it's going to save you money long term. If that's a rule that works for you. For example, that's something I have. If I lose 2 trades in a row, I don't trade the next day. Instead, I take the time to reflect and to reevaluate and to let the chart basically reset in a way. So you should definitely implement some sort of rule or something that says if you start losing, it might be a wake-up call that something has changed in the market, that your system is not working as well, or maybe you're just not trading the same way that you were doing before, and you just need to take a step back to reset. That would be my best advice in that case. Nice, Ricardo. Congrats. Dude, that's fine. This is a long game. This is not an overnight process. Mini, I would say it used to happen more in the past, like 2 or 3 years ago, but I got so used to doing it like this, so my actual stop is here. I don't know why I did that. I mean, we could, it depends on how it forms on the low time frame. For example, if we go to the 1-minute chart, and let's say this is where I wanted to cut if we're below here. If we do something like this, I'm not going to cut, but if we start like doing something like that, and I have an opportunity to cut, I would probably think we would continue dumping after that. If we see like a quick reclaim, then I would hold. So I'd have the wider stop loss for some cushion. I mean, you can't trade like this every time. You can sometimes, but it's going to hold you back. You have to have some sort of cushion on your trades. Sorry, I'm a bit behind on the questions. Yep. Congrats, Ricardo. I'm proud of you. What's running through my head before I enter the position, or what do you mean by that? All the fail. Can you elaborate further? Unial. This is a challenge account. I started $2,000 with this challenge account, and I'm looking to 10x it. It's the goal. Game Hacksaw. So that's a good question, and I don't even think I've figured that part out yet after 5 years. I have days where I hit big trades, and then I see more setups after that, and that they're normal setups I would normally take, and sometimes they hit and sometimes they lose. When they lose, I feel like an idiot for having such a profitable trading day and then giving a quarter of it or half of it back. So it really depends on what you want. Depends on if you have daily goals, weekly goals. It depends on how good the setup is. But normally, if you're on a winning streak, there's no reason to take a break, because that means you're in sync with the market and you're actually reading it properly. So there's no reason to stop. It's the same thing as when you're on a losing streak. If you're losing, that just means you're off balance. Something's wrong. Maybe your system. Maybe something's wrong with your system. Not something's wrong with your system. I mean, something could be wrong with your system, but maybe your system just isn't working in that range, or just in the current price action in the last day or two, or maybe it just isn't working on the weekend. All of these things matter. So if it works the same way with losing, if you're losing, if you start winning 1, 2, 3, 4 trades in a row, 5 trades in a row, you're obviously doing something right. So if you see another setup after winning your 5th trade in a row, I would probably take it. So the better answer is if I'm on a consistent winning streak, I'm not going to take a break. If I'm winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one, or winning a few, losing a few, I'll probably take a break after a successful trade. I would say that's the best answer to that. I've been training for 5.5 years, Tony. Minnie, that depends all on you. It depends what your net worth is. It depends what percentage of your net worth is your portfolio in crypto, and then it depends how much you're able to risk. A lot of good questions today. I appreciate the questions, guys. Yeah, this is trading music from YouTube. So yeah, Minnie, it all depends on where you're comfortable with, man. Some people come here with millions of dollars, and they have like a 100K portfolio. They don't care. I mean, it depends on you. If you have $1,000 in your portfolio and you want to put 500 of that or 100 of that to trade, I mean, if you're putting 500 would be putting half. That's like a lot. So it really all depends on you. That's an individual question, so it's hard for me to answer it. I am currently bullish, Ali. NBA battle stations. So the reason why you use the body candlesticks is because on the RSI chart right here, it doesn't capture wicks. So this wick being here is not reflective to where the RSI is. If the wick was reflective, the RSI might have been oversold. It would have shown like that. But it's not. RSI takes the information off body candlestick closes and not the wicks. So it would be essentially trading the chart like this. This is how RSI works. You're not supposed to use wicks with RSI at all. If you've heard that from anywhere, they're wrong. Yeah, that happens, Chakravarti. How to set stop loss properly? It depends on your system. So you just have to figure out. You just have to figure that out on your own, man. I can't answer it for you because I don't know what your strategy is. But something I learned over time is to add some cushion. So if you're doing like a 1% wide stop loss or like a 0.5% wide, make it 0.7%. Make it 1.2%. Add like 50% more cushion on the stop loss. Because sometimes your stop loss idea is great, but sometimes it perfectly gets you. So if you add some cushion, that might save you a couple times here and there. So I guess Bitcoin is just gonna chop on live stream today. Thought we would see a move after all this sideways. If your invalidation is 1 to 2% on the stop loss, that doesn't affect the 1 to 2% risk on your account. So you would just need, so if your stop loss is even 3% wide, first of all, this would be a horrible trade if it was. But if your stop loss is 3% wide, like let's say normally it would have been 1.5% wide, and you would enter 0.2 BTC. Oh, no, sorry. Let's use one coin as an example. Let's say you're risking one coin, which is about $400 with a 1.5% stop loss wide. If your stop loss was 3% wide instead, one coin would be risking 800 then. You would just do half a coin instead, which would risk 400, which risks the same amount as if you did 1.5%. So that answers that. Alright, I hope that answers your question properly. For trend lines, you can use wicks, bodies, or a combination of both. You definitely reduce size. If you add size and you widen your stop loss, you're going pretty big there. Should be common sense on that part. I hope that answers your question. If you have more questions, feel free to ask. What to do in a choppy market? Touch some grass, go to sleep, take a nap on grass. I'm gonna get a glass of water, actually. So give me a second, guys. Alright. Good luck with the trade. I appreciate that, Zomer. We're back in profit. Back in loss. I'm just chopping around entry right now. Nothing crazy. This market sucks. We're just sitting here and nothing's happening. Let's do 20 more minutes of questions, and then I'm probably gonna get off here. We got a lot of questions answered on this stream. A lot of questions. This was a good stream. If your system tells you the current price is good for longing, but you think you can get it lower, do you try to time it near the bottom before entering? So my personal preference is if my system tells you price is good for longing, I enter it. If you think you can get it lower, you're kind of gambling, in my opinion. Unless you're very confident that you'll get a lower entry. I mean, look, it can go either way. Like that question you just asked is different on every scenario. So because it's different every time, I normally just market enter when I have my signal to long, instead of trying to predict, oh, am I gonna get a better entry? I would rather get a 0.3% worse entry but be entered than miss the trade entirely. If you kind of get what I mean, Soda. That's my personal preference there. What are some key indicators to look into? I would say RSI, EMAs, supply demand levels. Mini, you can also scale in. You can enter half the trade initially, and then you can enter the other half at your level that you thought that would be the better entry level. So you can fulfill both the desires at the same time. But I don't like to trade that way. Excuse me, I would rather just enter the trade all at once. That's my preference. I don't use OBV because I never had a need to use OBV. That's why. My system works fine without it, so there's no reason to add any new variables to confuse me or make me overthink. I'm sure it's a good indicator, I'm sure it works, but I don't need it, so that's why I don't use it. Thank you, Minnie. I appreciate you joining. Your kind words are very nice. Let's go. Some buys coming in. Let's go. We're up on McDonald's McChicken in profits. And it's gone. Love from Nigeria, Ohms. Welcome. Happy to have you here. How often do I use Ichimoku? Not that often. Not that often. I just use it as a confluence. No, I don't use VWAP. I use supply and demand slash support resistances, RSI, actual candlestick meanings. I mix a combination of high time frame and low time frame. And then I use exocharts, Ichimoku clouds, EMAs, Agritrade, and all that as confluences. I don't use the dollar, I don't use SPX, and I don't look at alts to impact my influence on my Bitcoin trades. And then along with all of that, I have a set of rules that I've written over time. Like I literally like it's funny. I literally, it's ripped off, but like, it's not connected to the actual page. The staple fucked up, but I literally have the rules. Like, this is no joke. I have a list of like 50 to 60, or even just a bunch of learning lessons that I've written down in a journal, and I look at it from time to time to remind myself things over time, because it's hard to remember 5 years of experience. Although I would say I remember most of it. Um, Writing it down and absorbing it, and like taking it in every day, like a journal or like a religion, is really important, I would say. You can't come into this trading industry and just blindly click buy and sell. I mean, you can if you're a lucky gambler, but if you want an actual edge, you need a system that works, and along with that system, you need a set of rules, and along with those rules, you need to follow risk management. So all three of those variables shake hands with each other. You know, like if you do the rules right and the system right, but do risk management wrong, you're gonna fail. If you have no system but you only have rules and you do risk management right, you might fail slowly, because the risk management part will save you. If you have a system and risk management but no rules, you'll probably it's the same thing. That one is a mix, because if part of my rules is following risk management, so rules / risk management kind of are the same part. No, all to fail. I did not. I literally deposited like a huge amount of my net worth, and I lost it all on the same day. Like, and that was obviously 5 years ago. So what my net worth was back then was not crazy big. I deposited $5,000 on BitMEX on the first day I traded. I was trading in class in college, and I went all in on a trade. Literally no chart on TradingView, no indicators, no nothing. I literally opened the BitMEX chart, I made a $5,000 deposit, and I went all in long. Like, that was over 5 years ago, so I've come a long way since then. So no, I did not try to start a small account and build it up right away. My first account was total stupidity. I think most people experience something similar. Yeah, no chart, no nothing. I literally aped into a full position long and risked the entire account. I got liquidated within 30 minutes. I had no idea what I was doing. Very nice to hear from you, bro. You're a very humble trader. Thanks for sharing the alpha. Of course, Edita, I'm very happy to tell you guys everything I know. I really want to get some trades going on the stream and some volatility, but this market is just not cooperating. Yes, Juan, I do journal my thoughts every now and then. I used to do it more in my third year, but I don't think it's that important. It depends on where you're at in your trading career. It depends if you feel like you need to journal, if you feel like you need to track everything. I don't think I need to do that at this moment. I think I do a pretty good job at remembering most things, and I do track everything in my Discord and on Twitter. So I get to see my reflections based off everything I post already. Urban, they work for me. So whatever works for you works for you. Whatever works for me works for me. There's a reason why I use those indicators that I mentioned. I do use EMAs, but they're only as a confluence. I mean, I don't think, yeah, so we do have some resistance at my target here with the 50 and 20 EMAs. Do I think Hong Kong legalizing crypto trading will have a big impact? Maybe. I'm not good with news and with world impact events, so I can't really answer that for you. I've loaded 8 to 10 accounts so far. I've lost 10k and lagging to get profitable. How long have you been trading for? Was going good, but lost again by a single mistake. Did not cut a loss in one trade and lost almost everything again. Just by that sentence alone, it seems clear that you're not following any risk management or any rules. So to get through that phase, I would recommend implementing some rules and some risk management system around your trading. That would be the first step. If you didn't, it's been 2 years. Yeah, so if you didn't cut, the problem was that you didn't cut. The problem is that you didn't cut your trade. The problem is that you're not following risk management, which made you almost lose everything again. You shouldn't be in a position where not cutting a trade or where the trade failing equals you losing everything. That should never be the situation. I do not use MACD, no. Koala, welcome. Happy to have you here. Yes, it's best to use them as a confluence manual, especially on the daily time frame. Yeah, risk management is probably the most important variable. And instead, everyone on crypto Twitter talks about leverage, but it's all about your account balance and your position size. Koala, are you gonna shout out my live stream? You gonna tweet the link or what, man? Sure. Let's go. Alright, everyone hit that like button. Let's get some likes going. There's 50 people in here, so there should be 50 likes on the video. Minimum. And I want to do a special thanks to Prime XBT for sponsoring the stream. Really great platform. I really love the user interface and the fees and everything is just great, honestly. I've been trading here for over 2 years now, and it's been a very enjoyable experience. So if anyone has any questions about trading here, feel free to message me on Twitter, and I'd be happy to answer them. Yeah, exactly, Koala. I don't know how people don't understand that. Well, I mean, new people join the space every day, and it's mostly new people that ask that. But I don't blame them for thinking that leverage is important, because the way that the exchanges design the user interface make it seem like leverage is the most important variable when it's not. So I don't blame them. They're just not. They just don't know. So we're here to tell them that. It's technically the exchange's fault, to be honest. Thanks for the retweet, Koala. How can you make 50k in 1 month? I think we all know the answer to that. Welcome to the stream, Oren. Happy to have you. Yeah, start with 100k and then you'll make 50k. Or not make 50k. Start with 100k and you'll be left with 50k. Do you get paid for being on the stream? Yeah, let me send you a check. I'll mail you your check tomorrow. Which course, tutorial books will you suggest to start learning crypto trading, specifically Bitcoin? Dude, if you want to learn, you have to learn through your own set of eyes, man. I mentioned this on the first stream, but I've come across clients, students, people, friends that trade, and they, after a couple months of looking at the chart every day, they realize things on their own. Things that aren't on Twitter, things that aren't on YouTube. Like, if you just look at the chart every day by yourself and just figure it out through failing, uh, through succeeding, like rinse and repeat every single day, or when not every single day because you don't have a trade every day, but or there's not always a setup every day. Um, you're gonna notice things through your own set of eyes, maybe patterns, maybe oh, maybe every time I've seen this candlestick form, this happens. Or maybe every time the price does this type of price action, this happens next. You know, like you don't need to necessarily take other people's learning lessons and then make that your entire system. Because other people's learning lessons might be outdated, they might not work anymore, they might only work sometimes, and you don't know the information behind that because all you know is this person says to do this, and you're just taking whatever they say, and then you're just betting your money on that. Um, I don't think that's the way to go. I think the way to go is figuring it out through your own set of eyes and learning what works and what doesn't work through your own experiences. Um, so if you want to learn Animal Verma, I would really recommend to just figuring it out on your own. You know, I didn't watch YouTube videos to learn. I didn't read books. Um, sure, I learned a couple tips and a couple things from some crypto Twitter influencers like Crypto Donald or Red XVT or Salsa Tequila. I would say those are the three people I learned from. And you're learning some things from me too. And stuff that I've learned from them was that they also figured out most of it on their own and that they've been grinding and working really hard to get there. So, um, this isn't something that you can just find online and then just in a snap activate that for yourself. That's usually not how it works. Yeah, Oren, I have Nuggets tonight, so I'm betting Lakers since I'm always wrong. Can you explain the current trade? Yeah, so there's a divergence here on the RSI. The I entered the trade originally here when on this red candle. Yeah, fading omzcharts is the way to go. Yeah, it is. On this candle is where I longed yesterday, and we've just had some choppy consolidation since then. And I would say that from here and here, there's an inverted hammer, indecision, inverted hammer, indecision, inverted hammer, hammer. These are all bullish candlesticks, and the indecisions are showing that the market doesn't know where to go yet. And if the market is being indecisive after a drop, I would say that means it's pending reversal. So that's another reason. And I think the daily chart also looks nice. And on top of all of that, we have a support level that's like about right here on my laptop. I don't have it on this chart, but yeah, a lot of reasons that I'm long right now. Um, your sanity shouldn't be melted with choppy PA, to be honest. You know, let the trade run, enter the trade, go on a walk, enter the trade, go play video games, go out, hang out with some friends. You don't need to sit here and watch the chart like a hawk all day. I think that's a blessing about crypto that not a lot of people understand. Set an alert, walk away. What do you need to sit here for? You know, I'm sitting here with you guys because we're doing the live stream, but when I entered that trade yesterday, do you guys think I've just been sitting here for the last 20 hours watching this? No, I went to sleep. I slept 8 hours last night, you know? Um, set alerts, set your stop loss, set your take profit, walk away. You don't need to let the price action melt your sanity. Take advantage of the blessing that we have in this industry on being able to enter a position and walk away. Yeah, my stop loss is at 20 here. It's right here. 26,660. maybe answer this. How many time frames do you look at? I look at all time frames. Literally all of them. And how many can invalidate? Well, it depends on what time frame you've entered the trade at. So if you entered a trade on the daily time frame, but you're seeing reversal indicators on the 4-hour chart or the 1-hour chart, I probably wouldn't take that. I would take it lightly. You know, it's not that important. You're entering a trade on the daily chart. You have indicators or whatever telling you to close on low time frame. That's expected. You know, if you're trading on one time frame and then you switch to another time frame, you're gonna get confused most of the time. So be careful doing that. Yeah, definitely enter a fixed preset stop loss before you enter the trade every single time. Absolutely. Nice, Kevin. France is cool. I've never been there. Definitely need to go. I'm in California. Seems like the market is pretty dead today, so we'll stream for about 10-15 more minutes, get some last minute questions in. The music stopped. Yeah, let's get some last minute questions in. Yeah, California. It's cool. Yeah, let's get some last minute questions in. If anyone has any comments or feedback, I'd appreciate that as well. I do have 3 more spots in my private Discord group. It is completely free to join. So if any of you want to interact with me on a day-to-day level and see much more analysis than what I normally post, which is on Twitter. So on Twitter, I would say I post 20% of my analysis, and the rest of my analysis is all in the Discord, where I post like hourly or every 4 hours updates on my thoughts on the trade or my thoughts on what I'm expecting today. Just a lot more information that I don't post on Twitter. So if you guys are looking for more, I would recommend joining my private Discord. There's only about 40 people in there, so it's very exclusive. And to join it, you would have to just trade on my referral link with a minimum deposit. So it's nothing too crazy. It's free again, so if you guys are interested in joining, message me on Twitter and I'll get you set up. My Twitter handle is @omzcharts, omzcharts. Did I have a hard time in the beginning before starting to get profitable? Yeah, man. Like, it's not easy to just get profitable. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, I'm happy with the once a week streams for now. Seems like we're averaging between 40 to 70 people per stream so far. If we start getting about 100 people per stream, I'll maybe do it twice a week, but yeah, definitely battle. It took me maybe 3 years to finally understand how important risk management is. And I even like in recent times, like I've deposited like degen accounts with like $1,000 just for fun. Not just for fun, but just to like, if I like have a trade idea I'm really confident on, I'll make a deposit on a separate account and add more size. Not every time, obviously. This is something I would do normally, like on a swing trade or something that where I think it's like an A+ setup, and I don't want to over risk on my main account. But that's not even a good thing to do. So like even 5 years in, I still make risk management mistakes. So this is a day-to-day grind on implementing your rules, implementing your system. You know, you just have to dedicate your career to following your rules. That's what this is all about, you know. Yeah, exactly. The FTM trade is an example. Like I don't have I literally made a separate account entirely for that. Um, and I basically went all in on the account. um, but but this is the difference here. I was comfortable with doing that. I wasn't risking a large percentage of my net worth. I was probably risking like 0.5%, you know, like 1%, something like that, whatever it is. So like that doesn't affect if that account blows up, it doesn't matter. 5 years ago, when I deposited $5,000 in my first account, that was like 30% of my net worth. I had no idea what I was doing. You know what I mean? So there's a big difference from then and now. Um, it would definitely be a problem, like making these new accounts, which again is something I don't recommend to begin with, and it's again something I do not do frequently. I always focus on my main account and my swing account. But in the case of the Bybit account I made 2 months ago for the FTM trade, I did make a 5K deposit for that, and I risked like 3K on the trade or something. So uh, it would be a problem if I made like a 50K deposit and risked like 30K on the trade. You know, that would be a problem. But for me, I was comfortable with that. So with the amount I did, the 3K risk, you have to find what's comfortable for you, what you're willing to lose if you're wrong, and overall consistency with some sort of consistency. The biggest change that helped me get profitable, it wasn't really a change. It was just over time. Time. Time is the biggest change. You learn better, you get better, you improve. You know when to do things and when not to do things. It's not a black and white answer, in my opinion. That depends, crypto. If you have a small account, then that probably means you don't have that much, or that means you're not willing to risk that much. So if it's not worth the time for you, then you know, don't trade. Um, you don't need to sit here like a hawk watching that trade where your time is being wasted. You know, it only takes a couple minutes to make an analysis and enter a trade. Everything else, you just walk away from that and let it play out. So if a 0.5% risk on a small account makes you 50 bucks in like 5 hours while you're at the gym or while you're at school, 50 bucks in 5 hours doing nothing essentially is worth it when you barely risk anything. When I got time, please make a video on trader psychology and mindset. I'll get to. I want to do the live streams for a couple more months, and then after that, I'm gonna take bits and pieces from the live streams and compile videos. And after that, I'll make solo videos on specific topics. So I'll get to that eventually. But right now, I'm not looking to make solo videos as of yet. I'll get there eventually. Not any stories in particular. Because my system, it took like 2 years for me to build my system. So it's not that, and like it would work in the first year or in this first 6 months, it would work and then it wouldn't work. It would work and then I would learn what works and what doesn't over time. I would say it took until the third year for me to actually see consistency with like win, and then a loss, win, like without and realizing, oh shit, like I got it figured out. And yeah, that same year that I felt like I got it figured out, I would say I basically went on like a 9-month winning streak. not of only wins. I would say like I had a over 70% win rate on my third year. Um, but this is where it all comes together with risk management. I traded really well for those 9 months from January to November, or sorry, not November, January to like October, October, November, December. Um, I think it was 2020. Or it was 2021. I don't know, 2020. All of that 70% win rate, all of that money I made that year, I blew it all up in the last 3 months of the year. I was trading emotionally. I was over risking. I think it was 2021. I don't remember. I was over risking. I was trading emotionally. I felt like my ego was bloated. I felt like I knew everything and that nothing could stop me. And I literally just lost it and just gave back all the profits for the year. That took 9 months of hard work, all gone in 2 months. So your system can work, but the second you stop following risk management, everything's going to fall apart. The sound should be fixed now. I'm talking pretty loud too. Up your volume, please. Yeah, man, you're gonna go through things. These learning lessons are important for you to never break risk management again, for you to never make mistakes again, or to like really grasp, you know, to really grasp it, to like get a full understanding of it. Take these lessons as education. Don't take it personally. I mean, you can take it personally if you're just being an idiot, which I've been an idiot multiple times, many times, over 100 times, maybe 1,000 times in my career. You know, it's been 5 years. I don't know. I've taken a lot of trades. I've been stupid a lot of times, but that's part of the process. The more you do it, the less you're gonna do it because you don't want to continue to make those mistakes. My biggest dollar amount win was 27,000, and my biggest dollar amount loss was 12,000 in a single trade. And the biggest win is pinned on my Twitter profile if you want to go look at it. I'm probably going to close this trade out unless we start sending in the next 5 minutes. And I'm probably going to end the stream also in the next 5 minutes. So let's wrap it up. And if you guys have any final questions, go ahead and ask. Again, thanks for Prime XBT for sponsoring the stream. Great platform. If you guys are going to sign up, please use the link in the description and use code OMZ to get a bonus. I would greatly appreciate that. And again, if anyone wants to join that Discord, I have 3 spots left, so just send me a message. There's just a couple of requirements, and I have to find out how long you've been trading and all this stuff. We'll talk about it. How am I at trading parabolic markets? That was an issue I experienced a lot in the first bull market. I kept shorting on the way up, so I actually suck at trading parabolic price action. But since I've learned my mistakes from the past, when we rallied from 20k to 60k, I actually caught a lot of moves up this time. So learn from your mistakes and you'll do good. In parabolic markets, you know, that question is broad. Like, it depends at what point of the parabola are we at. There's going to be pullbacks eventually. There's going to be smaller pullbacks. There's going to be larger ones. But when price action is going up only, look for bullish patterns. Look for bullish reasons. Basically, when price is going up only, I look for any reason to enter along. And when I mean up only, I mean if we went from 20k to 30k in like a couple days. That's what I mean by up only. I don't mean us going from 20 to 30k in 1 month. That's not the same thing. If we're rapidly going up and like up in like a very short amount of time, then I take any reason to long. Even if it's just one candlestick, I'll enter along. A candlestick that I deem bullish enough to enter. Next stream is either going to be Monday or Tuesday on the 22nd or the 23rd around 10 a.m. PT. That will likely be the next stream. I'm going to close the trade out for a $5 loss. Okay, the account is still up $60. And I might de-risk on my main account as well. Right when I end the stream. I was patient. We sat here for like an hour, 20 minutes. And nothing happened. So. We might do this. And then reclaim. And then do that. That's possible. So I'll probably de-risk a little. This would be really bullish if we like reclaimed here and then spun up. If we reclaim, if we do this and then reclaim, this would be a really good long entry. So we'll keep an eye on things and we'll see what happens. Any other final questions before I get off here? This was my favorite stream so far. You guys asked a lot of great questions, and even though the last stream we caught like a big move and made money, like I'm here to give you guys info. Like there's thoughts on Sui. You know, there's the sorry, I'm mixing up my words here. On our last stream, we did catch a move, but I think this stream was more informative and more educational based. Where you guys can actually learn something. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't make a chart on something that just came out onto the market. Sorry. Too new. I don't trade things that just came into the market. Yeah, I can't give you advice on that. I'm sorry, Crypt. And I don't have a soul trade. Sorry, Magic. Yeah, but this was a great stream. All of the questions you guys asked were amazing. And I'm really happy you guys all tuned in today. This was for sure my favorite stream so far. I would have stayed on longer if the market was moving or if we were moving towards target, but nothing's happening, so. And I think we got almost every question out of the way. So yeah, stay updated with my Twitter. I'll talk about the trade if I close or if we end up pumping to target. You guys will see my updates. And just stay tuned on my Twitter. And thanks again to Prime XBT. Make sure you guys use that link, and I'm sure a couple of you are interested in the Discord, so just DM me on Twitter and we'll talk about that. It's free again, so that's all you need to know. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks, guys. Yep, see you guys next week.